Thank you for staying with us. Across the world, entrepreneurship is one of the ways of ensuring ending poverty and achieving sustainable development in any economy, and women have been described as an integral part of this development. Today, women-led businesses are evolving in different sectors, including agriculture, textile, information technology, amongst others. As much as there are different opportunities, challenges also abound. Joining me to discuss how to turn these challenges into opportunities is the National President, Business and Professional Women, Nigeria, Oluyinka Ajibola. Good morning.
Good morning.
I also have with me in the studio Yetunde Oladende. She is the Vice President, Project, Business and Professional Women, Nigeria. Good morning as well.
Good morning. Thank you.
Right. Now, when it comes to empowering women to do business in the country, we've seen several programs that address that. We've seen different organizations come up with different programs to say they are empowering women. But achieving their potential seems to be something different. Talk to us from that point of view. Is empowering women enough to say that they can achieve their potential, just empowering them?
Certainly, empowering women is a wide, concept.
Right.
You empower them by educating them in various areas. Women have a lot of potentials, but they don't know. So is everybody. So in BPW, that's Business and Professional Women, it's a worldwide organization. It's an international organization. So we've been around for
90 years.
Well over 90 years.
Wow.
And we're in more than 100 countries. In Nigeria, we've been here for more than 60 years. So we have a wide scope of experience to tap into. So the first thing is for the knowledgeable women, for us who are,
Okay, so there are categories.
Yes.
Right.
One thing about BPW is you empower women right from the top of the ladder down to the rung of the ladder.
Right.
So we don't concentrate on the top of the ladder alone. So for members who are relatively high class business and profession, you empower yourselves. It's when you are empowered that you are able to empower others, less privileged women, young girls in schools, and all categories of women. So you empower them in various areas. Is it health, education, environment? Entrepreneurship is key, because a woman who is empowered, must be self-sufficient. She will economically independent, and that's one major area where we operate.
Economically independent. Now, as the Vice President Project, talk to us about projects that you have embarked on, the organization has embarked on, that has empowered women so far, and how many women have we been able to empower?
We've done a lot with our women, and it cuts across. We have women in different clusters. We have women in professionals who are in different professions, like lawyers, doctors, engineers, different professions. And then we have entrepreneurs who are startups, who are MSMEs, and who are even big business owners. And over the years, what we believe in is capacity building.
Right.
We've done a lot of capacity building for our members, and training and retraining is a continuous process. We also have partnerships, and we have collaborations, and we also do a lot of networking. It's an international organization, and our members are used to getting support from different brands who are related, who are stakeholders in the same sector. And so we do proper networking for them. And then when they want to do their businesses, they understand the issues. And then we've also recently, after the African Continental Free Trade, we've been teaching our members, we've been telling them about what is involved, what is at stake, how to understand the issues, so that when they do cross-border trade, they will know what to do and how to do it very well. Thank you.
For the women at the bottom rung of the ladder, as she pointed out, what kind of projects did we embark with them?
Okay, for those at the bottom, a lot of them are people with support, and they are people who are either, we have a group who are widows. We have a mentoring and empowering project for widows. We also have women farmers. At a point, we provided land, we provided support for female farmers, and then those who are also there, we also help them. We have a loan scheme in our cooperative where we give them some money that they can use to support their businesses. So for different women, there are different strategies. And because we have them in clusters, it's what your needs are that we were able to empower you with. But training, capacity building is very important.
It's very
for
important,
us, yes.
absolutely, because we see that challenges keep evolving over the years, thanks to COVID-19, which we can easily point to in recent times. That has also, sprung up some challenges for lots of businesses. And now the focus for this year's conference is turning these challenges to perhaps opportunities that will benefit them. How so?
Well, COVID came with a lot of challenges, but it brought out a lot of opportunities that
right.
we were opportune to share amongst our women during the COVID. We have platforms where we relate regularly. Many people in business now had to go digital. And in fact, a lot of people thrived during COVID. The technology skills had to be improved. We had more meetings, during the COVID era. And a lot of our members learned from it. And they used the opportunities to improve their businesses. We had a lot of testimonies as to people whose business increased considerably during that time. And when we share these experiences amongst ourselves, it's also capacity building because other people learn from it. Now, to add to what the Vice President Project said, when we empower women, we go to various locations, where they don't have water, we dig boreholes for them. That's a form of empowerment. In some groups, we take, really less privileged women to not only give them loans, we build them up, we give entrepreneurship skills, we teach them literacy skills and numeracy skills, we give them the loans and monitor them. In many cases, we even help them to sell their goods, and we keep the relationship up for a long time, so that we make sure they are sustainable in whatever they do. Now, this conference we are starting today, and then we have tomorrow, it's really key as to turning all the challenges we have into opportunities. And we're going to have a lot of speakers talking about it. There are many areas where people are now, we don't have to move around to do many things. You can do a lot sitting digitally, and that saves a lot of costs. And there's so many other areas which we'll be talking about during the conference tomorrow.
The one key area that will be looked into is the aspect of digital skills. And that is where the world is focusing as we speak. But how about the challenges of those who perhaps do not have access to internet and all of those other necessary tools that will push their trade?
Well, you'll be surprised. Most of these people have phones. And there's some little things they don't really need the internet for. For example, one of the things we insisted on some of the women we work with is you must have a bank account. And because they can easily do a lot of stuff on phone. And this POS system that is around makes things easy. They're able to do money transfer easily, effortlessly. That's something, you don't need internet for that. And some of the women didn't know. They thought they still had to go to the banks and stuff like that. But these are some of the messages we pass across to them. Also, you give them knowledge. We have, in so many of our groups, we give them training on how to manage their businesses. And we not only talk up to these less privileged women, we work in schools, so that we can catch the girls young. We have what you call the Young BPW Light Clubs, which we are forming in all. And, BPW...
Just secondary schools or primary schools?
Secondary schools. In BPW, you have the regular BPW, which is for 35 and above. We belong there. But we know the future is important. We have what you call the Young BPW for women who are 18 to 35. In fact, international Young BPW rep is a Nigerian, Tomi Odunsi. She's a Nigerian, and she's in the international board. That's the highest board of BPW. So we have the 18 to 35, which is Young BPW. And in Nigeria, we are now having the Young BPW Light. So similar to Girl Guide of those days, which we would now bring children from GSS to SS, and we start building them up to teach them skills, all the necessary skills so that they can also graduate
catching them young.
You catch them young.
Absolutely, very, very, very important. But in the process of carrying out this project that you rightly pointed out, there must have been some challenges, some perhaps particular stories that you encountered in the process of, carrying out this project. We'd like for you to share with us.
We, like every other thing, there are challenges. But most times, what we do is we build on the challenges. We don't get stuck with the challenges. We look for way forward. Like COVID here, when we had the experience of women not going out, we had a focus group discussions with our women who had startups, who had businesses. So what we did to them was to rally around them and see how they can improve on their businesses, how to look at the opportunities within, it's a lockdown period, you're not going out. What can you do? And you'll be amazed that it turned out to be the best period for a lot of them. So each time you're empowering ourselves, talking about what we need to do, we get solutions, and the challenges are seen as stepping stones usually.
Absolutely. Challenges seen as stepping stones. But then, do you also encounter government policies? Because that is also crucial. How do you handle them? How do you, negotiate or interact with government to achieving some of these things? Because you cannot dissociate government from whatever it is you want to do.
Very well. In fact, BPW International is strong in advocacy. And one thing we do in BPW Nigeria is we collaborate with many other organizations, women groups in some cases, to carry this message forward. One of such is ANWBN. We have very strong, we're one of the foundation members of ANWBN, that's Association of Nigerian Women Business Network. We do a lot of advocacy with government, with women, with the ministries. We have good relationship with Women Affairs. We, with the National Assembly, that's one strong one we have done in the past. And then even with embassies, we carry out advocacy to that to pass the message across.
One other aspect that I saw when I was looking at the profile is the fact that you talked about protecting women's rights, which has been a major challenge in this part of the world. We have had policies at ensuring that we, protect the rights of the women, girl child, but we still see some of the challenges we have seen over the years. Now, where does this leave us? We know we can't stop talking. What is the plan? Perhaps that is also part of the conversation in this conference, to push, to not just domesticate some of these policies that the government have put in place. We need to see action.
Well, we keep advocating. We keep advocating. And one thing we have done in the past is we did some studies, because when you have some concrete studies which would give certain results, it helps your advocacy. We did some studies on, violence against women,
the laws against the discrimination against women, how far it's gone, where to look out for. And we have a number of lawyers in our midst who are also professionals. So we collaborate with other organizations like the ANWB, and one of the coalition members is FIDA. So we work together with a number of other groups, stakeholders who are in the sector, to make sure that this is reduced to the barest minimum.
Absolutely.
At a point, we follow up on a number of cases, and we were also mentoring some victims. And that shows that we're involved, it touches us, we're part of it. Women amongst us have been abused, they've been violated, and it's something we want to put a stop to.
Right. Now, you've been saying women amongst us, our members, and all of that. So it's obvious that it's not everybody, not all women. There has to be a process to be a part of this group, BPW. Talk to us about the process for those who are watching and perhaps are saying, okay, I want to be part of this group, saying that there's so many ways I can be empowered.
Okay. BPW, like the name says, is for business and professional women. It's an international organization. So if you're a woman in business, in any of the professions, you qualify to be a member. But more importantly, if you're a woman who wants to empower yourself, lifelong learning, and you want to relate to the international world, you want to enlarge your course, you just don't want to limit yourself to Nigeria, because we, like I said, we have clubs all over
across
100
the world,
countries.
yeah.
So you have opportunity to share ideas, to network with women from all over the world. And you know, one thing you discover is that women all over the world have similar problems.
Right.
The problems you have in Nigeria are exactly the same as you have in Australia, in New Zealand.
So what does it take to be a part of the group?
Just have the desire, and then you check us out. We have our website, and you contact us, and you be a member.
And that's
once you have the desire to grow,
especially capacity,
and
and
you're
network.
welcome.
Yes. So now just give us a full detail of the program, the conference that begins today. Who can participate and how?
Okay, the conference begins today with a board meeting.
Okay.
It's for that's exclusively for members. But tomorrow is the conference proper. We're starting at 9 o'clock, and it's at the Lagos Country Club. The theme, like you said earlier, is turning challenges to opportunities. There are a lot of challenges out there, but we want our women to look inwards, look around them, and see how they turn these challenges to opportunities, so that going forward, we'll have solutions, and there will be better entrepreneurs, because a number of the startups had challenges with COVID here. They had, a lot of them had to fold up.
Yeah.
And we're saying that, no, that's not the way to go. Look around you and see what the problem is. Start identifying the problems one after the other. By the time we tackle each of the problems, we get it nipped in the bud. And one of the advantages of being with the coalition my president talked about, the Association of Nigerian Business Network, is that there's a tool. It's called the Women National Business Agenda. That agenda looks at 5 priority areas that is affecting women entrepreneurs. It includes access to credits, which we know that's a major. And then you have gender inequality. Yes. You know, we've been shouting affirmative action since 25 years plus since the Beijing conference, and we're still at this, and we've not achieved that. So we also have issues around electricity. You know, everybody knows that without electricity you can't go far. You put on the generator from morning till, and then all your profit goes that way. So all of that, and multiple taxation, and bad roads, which we have, you know, some places are better, but so those are the issues around the tools, and we're going to be working about this and talking to stakeholders, so that the issues around it affects everybody, but women more, because we already have our issues as well. Thank you.
Right. So who are those? Okay, so tomorrow is open to everybody.
Everybody, and it's free.
It's very important, because there are those who might be wondering, okay, do I need to get a ticket to be a part of this program?
Go.
But then, like it has been said, it is free tomorrow. Go get empowered. Go get that capacity you need to move to the next level in terms of getting the right opportunity and networking, which is also part of what is going to happen tomorrow. Because now, to do business successfully, you need the right network, which is something BPW is also preaching to every woman that wants to see themselves move to the next level. And perhaps any last words before we go from here? Last
word is that women have a lot of potential. Train a woman, you are training the nation, because the woman impacts the family. She's very passionate about the family, and you are training the nation. So we women must just be focused on getting better on a lifelong basis.
Getting better on a lifelong basis. That's
in every area of life.
Yeah, right. We must add that in every area of life, there is the need to get improvement on a lifelong basis. We must thank you so much, Yetunde Oladende, Vice President, Projects Business and Professional Women Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming. And we must also thank you, Oluyinka Ajibola. She is the National President, Business and Professional Women Nigeria. Thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you for having us.
The conference begins today, turning challenges into opportunities, but you can be a part of it beginning tomorrow. Thank you so much once again.